Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Happy Friday. Please drop in the chat where you're joining us from. And my name is Shavi. I'm the host for today's show. Today, I'm leading a very special community and product initiative at Microsoft, where I try to build communities with AI enthusiasts and practitioners to democratize AI learning via communities. So if you want to learn more about our initiative, check out the link below to subscribe to our Substack newsletter so that you can hear more about recaps from today's event, as well as future programmings and events updates. We have on average 1 to 2 events a week, with a lot more other resources being shared inside the communities as well. Again, really excited to have you here. Please drop in the chat where you're joining us from. Share your LinkedIn profile if you like to connect with each other. Let's make this a very interactive space. So let me share a little bit more housekeeping about the AI Community Learning Program. For those of you who are interested, our goal here is to help you navigate the world of AI, whether you are product builders, designer, or marketers, or in any other role. We're diving deep with industry practitioners and thought leaders to understand actionable insights to make AI more accessible and impactful in your work. Again, a quick reminder, if you want to receive recording recap of key takeaways from today's event, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter in the link below. And now, without further ado, I like to talk about the very important topic that we will be talking about today, which is diving into the inner workings of AI agents. Agents have been the hottest word in AI in 2025. It's representing the next evolution in computing, but there's a lot of misconceptions about it. So I'm really excited to introduce our guest today. Let me bring up Nancy and Nicholas. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Shivi. Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So, Dr. Nancy Lee is the second time we're hosting you on, on my show. Previously, it was branded as PN Learning Series. Now we're merging into this new series, AI Community Learning Series. So, you are an award-winning director of products, YouTuber. You were featured in Forbes, and you are a LinkedIn top voice. You held many leadership roles at Fortune 500 companies, founded Product Manager Accelerator, and AI PM boot camps, which helps tens of thousands of product managers to grow their product career in FANG companies and unicorn startups. You were one of the youngest engineering PhDs from Boston University and alumni of MIT Sloan School of Business. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And Nick, you are a product leader with over 10 years of experience in AI and digital health ecosystems. You own a portfolio of large-scale health platforms, leveraging emerging AI technologies and leading cross-functional teams to save lives. That's a very noble mission. And I can't wait to dive more into how you're using AI and especially AI agents, to do your job today as our guest speaker. Before we dive in, though, I just want to say hi to a couple folks on the stream right now. We have Jane from Nairobi, folks from New York, Austin, and NYC, folks from London, Seattle, Abu Dhabi, San Francisco, so Germany. So today we have a very international crowd. That's really awesome. And Flora from Seattle. Flora has been a very loyal follower of a lot of our programming. So thank you so much for your continued support. All right, without further ado, I'm going to hand over the mic to Nancy. I'm going to share your screen and take it away, Nancy.
Awesome. So great. Great to have me and great to meet everybody. And today, total, me and Nicholas is going to spend half an hour going through the AI agent. Towards the end, we're going to do a lot of demo time. So therefore, when I do the intro, give me an overview regarding AI agent, I can go through very quickly, give you some examples, and then we'll do live hands-on demo. So let's get started. And today we'll talk about Beyond the Hype, what AI agents actually are in 2025. Specific, we all know that the rise of AI agent in 2025 is because the hype of Sam Altman talking about AI and especially AI agent will be the main focus in 2025. And lots of people and companies start to leverage and building AI agent nowadays. So what are the key capabilities of AI agent in this year, 2025? There's several things. For example, like automating software development and code generation. I literally had many students or friends of mine literally using AI agent to do some entry level coding right now. And also, AI agent right now is also being able to perform quality assurance and IT operations and analyze data for business insight, facilitating system communications and process automation as well. And currently, there is what are the industries is using AI as a whole, the specific impact we're seeing. For example, healthcare itself, 90% hospitals in 2025 is going to use AI agent nowadays to predict analytics and the patient care. And in retail and e-commerce, 96% AI-driven retailers report increased revenue from personalized experience. And then consumer tech technology, 8 billion AI-powered voice assistants expected in 2025. And guess what? Even within PM Accelerator, my own company, we're building 3 AI product, AI interviewer, AI resume writer, and AI chatbot as well. It's an industry-wide movement. Now, let me also introduce, like, get out of the elephant in the room regarding what is AI agent, what is not an AI agent. Okay, so everyone is on the same playground. So what is not AI agent? All right, so what is not AI agent are a simple one-shot prompt. For example, asking ChatGPT to write an essay on the go that does not make an AI agent. Okay. So with agentic workflow, actually, agentic workflow is an initiative process, iterative process where AI breaks down tasks and revise in different kind of output and improve result as well. I'm going to give you specific breakdown later on regarding different type of agentic workflow. Okay. Now, the third one is super exciting. If you watch the movie Her, which is like that, fully autonomous agent. The ideal goal, which is AI independently determine steps and tools and process, reach an optimal solution. Just if you have watched a movie Her, it's exactly just like that. That's the future. But we're right in the middle right now, which is building agentic workflow. Okay, so let me show you different kind of workflow. First of all, what is non-agentic workflow right now, which is, for example, one press execution, no adjustment. And here's the example. For example, you tell ChatGPT, please help me to write an essay from start to finish about how to grow avocados in Miami. All right. And then it's just one prompt and ChatGPT gives you the result. This is not agentic workflow. Now, what is agentic workflow? It has step-by-step execution through different kind of blocks within the AI element. And it also has a feedback loop, which means AI iterates based on the human guidance right now. An example, for example, hey, help me write an essay. And then you start to tell the ChatGPT or any kind of AI tools or AI agent to create outline. And then do more research on different weather conditions, different type of avocados, and then draft the first outcome. And then you provide additional input regarding, oh, I don't like this essay regarding how we grow avocado in Miami. Let's change to Boston, or any kind of revise. So this is more, you can see it as a loop interactive process, as agentic workflow. Now, truly autonomous AI agent looks at following: fully independent AI. Okay, they can determine and iterate all by itself, make its own decision. Adaptive decision making, which is adjusting workflow dynamically, figure out what's the best way to change a workflow to get the best outcome, such as creating essay about growing avocado in Miami. And for example, here could be completely independent AI research assistant handles the entire process of how to grow avocado in Miami. Of course, this is all very generic. So now let me give you some like real life examples. And this is also real life AI project people have been building inside of AI PM Bootcamp. For example, this is a people currently building with using AI agent to organize your documentation. Very embarrassing. This is my desktop. Okay, very embarrassing. So I have myself and lots of people, maybe you're like me, maybe you're better organized. You have thousands of screenshots or documentation, different things on your desktop or in your download folder, and you do not know how to organize them, or you want to organize them. It's so tedious task. You know how to really optimize and save your time. That's where AI agent comes in. coming in. So in real life, currently, we have a team of developers and engineers plus AI PM and building this end-to-end process using AI agent to organize your documentation. Where at here, those AI agent can start to sniffing through regarding different kind of documentation you have, and also using like a voice and on the image recognition to understand what's a screenshot in it, what's relevancy, and start to figure out in parallel systems to understand, okay, what's the context of the different pictures, what different files, and create different file names. Those are different like tasks AI agent is doing. All right, so this is also real life product our students building right now as a real life example. Hopefully, I really want this launch so that I can use it. Lots of people hope they can benefit from this kind of AI agent as well. So now let me also give you other real life examples regarding different kind of multi-agent design patterns. And for example, if you tell your AI agent to say, hey, plan a 3-day Tokyo trip, and here's my budget, and we want to do it for 2 people, right? As an example. And if you see AI agent, you can see that there are different tasks to do. For example, daily itinerary, hotel booking, making reservation, and cost breakdown, transportation details. If you are able to see those AI agent as if what human needs to do, that's exactly what the task needs to break down. All right. And in implementing and executing what AI agent needs to do, you also need to select the model. For example, usually we really like Claude. We use Claude a lot within PM Accelerator. And the AI agent should also be able to do API integrations such as Google Maps API, Booking.com API, Flight Research API, weather data, currency conversion. All these is all what AI agent needs to do. This is a perfect example regarding what the future will be look like. Right now, probably you need some intervention with AI agent, but probably is able to do several of these tasks on its own if you're able to build it correctly. Right now, there are also 3 different kind of AI agent design patterns I want to quickly introduce, and then have Nicholas give you a real life demo regarding what's look like. So now, for example, there are sequential like design pattern for like a multi-agent. For example, at here, you can see them as assembly line, and each agent is going to make like individual task and by sequence and pass over to next person or next agent. For example, here it could be, hey, you ask your AI agent to scan a documentation, scan something, a piece of paper, and then create some kind of content and summarize for you into a digital format, right? And they have multiple agents going to do a step by step. For example, agent number 1, scan documentation. Agent number 2, extract the text from the PDF or any kind of scan you have. And agent number 3 is going to do summarize the content. And then agent number 4, create action items based on the words you scanned all of those documentation, right? So this requires very strict order of operations. If you build AI agent for this kind of application, will look like this kind of design pattern. Now, what if you have different kind of task? This is more based on, you can see there's some project manager type of experience. And for example, this is called hierarchical pattern, and which means it's one manager agent oversees multiple sub agent. For example, here the manager could be the task could be like writing a business report about economy impact of the hurricane in the US right now, as example, right? And there's a manager agent which oversee the entire report creation process. For example, assigning tasks and coordinate work and compile the final result. And then your sub agent is going to do independent task, all right, at here, including like market research, financial analytics, and competitor analysis, all right? So this is really great for complex project coordination that had little different tasks, and plus one key manager manage everybody, all right? So this is the hierarchical multi-agent design pattern. Now, I also love to introduce the third one, which is parallel systems. And for example, in this systems, which means all multiple agents are working simultaneously, but not depend on each other's task. And here, for example, if you have a data analytics task, what the AI agent is doing is there's 3 agents in parallel. For example, one agent will analyze sales data, the other agent is doing customer feedback data, analysis. And the third agent is also going to review market trends right now. So all of them are working at the same time. And this kind of application is better for large scale data processing. Okay, so now I know this is all like theoretical. Now let's dive into all the live hands-on demo. And let me pass over to Nicholas. Nicholas, go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Nancy. Hello, everybody. So let me share the screen here. And yeah. Cool. So yeah, thank you for the space. First of all, we are in a unique moment in history where this technology so powerful can change things a lot. And I always thought the same power that technology has to democratize, to give access, to lift people, it has to push people away, to give advantage to some people, some groups. So part of the purpose today is to share more, so that when you see about AI agents and these things, you have a pretty good idea what it is. So we're going to go a little bit deep, but don't worry. And then be able to enjoy the benefits and push forward what is good. So let's start. First of all, starting from what we had before. So a traditional software works like more or less like this. We have a pipeline. Oops, it's loading. We have a pipeline of tasks, one after another one, and we build it. Even though we have loops and these pipelines can be very complex, these software processes, we have a fixed scenario that the computer is computing, right? So this is what we could do. So this is a simple example of a treasure hunt, and the ball represents a software executing, going from start to a final objective. And the mindset shift to have to do now is to think that an agent, it's like a software, but whoops, yeah, go to the next one. So an agent looks more like this, a software that is trying to find a path to an objective, but this path may change, and then it will react. It will search the internet, use a tool, search the internet to get information, find dead ends, understand that it needs to get back, try a different alternative, and then hopefully this agent, this software that is discovering the path, what needs to be done step by step, will arrive to a final solution. So that's the key difference. So instead of building a software that performs the same all the time, it's like the challenge is changing. So this is useful when you have one-shot applications, things that you need to do once, and you don't know exactly where you're going to arrive. But this is really poor to automate repetitive processes. So things that happen frequently, you should probably be using what is out there already. So let's go to my onion slide, because this onion is here just to say that, well, someone invented LLMs. Actually, the attention is all you need, is what triggered this paper, is what triggered all the revolution we are in. And what was created at the time was the first LLMs. So you know that, the GPT, and you use this to chat. But what started happening 3 years ago until today is that because of this new technology was unlocked, people, developers, scientists started building more and more layers on top of this very fast. So on top of LLMs, we added prompt and found out better ways to prompt better. A prompt engineer was thought will be the profession of the future. Now companies are not hiring prompt engineers, they are now so this is a feature that got obsolete before it happened. And because on top of prompts, we found out ways to prompt the LLM to make it use a tool. So for example, go to internet, do a search, and then get the result and act on top of this. But on top of this, we built more complex pipelines. So these are the chains. So LangChain, the framework, just operationalize LLM's pipelines when you put the output of an LLM call as input to the next. On top of that, we have the agents. So this is the talk today. So we have these agents, which we can see as chains that modify over time. So as the agent processes the chain, the next step will change. And now already on top of these agents, we're talking about agentic workflows, which is okay. So now we have one agent that can use tools, can reach out to internet, can think what to do next. But what if we start adding more and more agents together? We add 2, 3 of them. We allow one of them to delegate tasks to another agent. So all these layers. Okay, and we must mention RAG. So RAG, we can think of as a specific tool usage. So the RAG would allow your agents, when performing a task, to access your data, and this data should be in a vector database or something like this. So the tool I use a lot today is LlamaIndex, really good for that. But in the end of the day, everything is prompts. Everything is prompts, if else, functions, RAG. So we built a lot of layers on top of LLMs to make it smarter and more generic. But in the end of the day, these are all prompts. And that's the purpose here, to demystify and show what are the agents discussing and talking under the hood. So let's go to an example. The example will be an agentic workflow where the only input I provided is unlock the power of AI agents today for your enterprise business. And this is a topic, and I want these agents to create a web page for this topic. So I coded one example where we have 3 agents, a researcher, a developer, and a designer. And they will be performing these 4 tasks: to plan a landing page, the content, develop an HTML code to write the page, refine the design, and then fix any bugs in the end. So you have three agents performing 4 tasks. To make the example more interesting, I added one tool to this first agent, which allows it to reach out to the internet. And yeah, let's see it in practice. So hopefully everything works. Let's see. So I'm opening here some code. So to build these agents, you can use no-code tools. You can have drag and drop things that you can use to prototype, to test these agents. But you can also write the code of them and be very low level. So I want to bring to code today because it's important to see what is on the bottom line, under the hood, what we actually have there. So whenever you guys find a new tool, a new software, a new system that will help you leverage agents and build agents, you can have a good idea what is happening under the hood and if it's worth the investment or not. So that's how you get empowered. So don't be afraid if you are not a developer and don't know anything about code. So in practice, here I'm using Creo AI, which is one of the agentic frameworks that allows us to build agents. But as I said, there are many. I like Creo AI because it's pretty straightforward to define an agent. So we have a file called agents. And here are my 3 agents: the planner, the developer, and the designer. These 3 here. Cool. So what is the planner agent? For each agent, we have to define what is their role. Okay, you are a content architect. What is the agent main goal? Create a focused, high-impact content strategy for a landing page about topic. And this topic here, the framework I'm using will replace by this text when I run it. And what is interesting is that agents have a backstory. So this is here is where you add things like you are analytical, you are creative, you are an expert in something. So you can steer the behavior of the agent with their backstory. So you're an expert single page content, an expert in this, known for your ability to distill complex topics into powerful, concise messages, blah, 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 yada, yada. Cool. So this is the first agent. And same thing for the second one, which is my developer. I'm telling the developer, you know HTML, you know this coding syntax, this is your backstory, your goal, and here they are. And we also have a file, which are the tasks. So here are the 4 tasks. First one is planning the landing page. So whenever we define a task, we will define what is the description of this task, what needs to be done. So in this example, it's plan the page and define the expected output. So I want a concise list of 5 key points that will create maximum impact in a single screen. Cool. This is the first task. Second task is about developing the code. Third is improving the design, and then fixing any outstanding bugs. So let's run it, see them thinking and process. So this is a code I called here that what it pretty much does is to tell the framework it's time to roll. And yeah, so here are the agents thinking. So they started, let me go back to the beginning. Okay. So it starts with the first task. And here, I know this looks complex, but in practice, what it is the first agent using the tool to search about AI agents trends in the internet, and then it gets the answer from this tool, which is all these things here. So all these things it found on the internet, and then it gets the output of the tool and adds to the prompts, and then continue the work. So at the moment when the agent believes the answer is okay, so here is the moment when the agent finalized the first task, which is planning the landing page. So it said my final answer is this one. Okay, I know this is a little bit blurry right now, but what's happening in behind the scenes is that my framework is calling the LLM, saying you are an agent, and then it was adding all these descriptions to a bigger prompt, and then asking the agent, okay, what do you do now? And then the LLM answer will, as a first step here, was I need to search the internet to get more information about the topic we are working on. And then the framework captured this LLM output and understood, oh, the AI is trying to search the internet. It's trying to actually, let me see here. So here, this is the AI thinking, which this is inside the LLM output. And then the AI said, okay, I need to use this tool, search. Okay, I need to use this tool to search the internet with these parameters, AI agents, enterprise business. So that was the first step here. And then it got the answer, and the framework intercepts this answer, sends back to LLM, and do this ping pong a lot of times here to run all the tasks. So here it finished already. So let's see what these intermediary results look like. So here are my tasks. Remember, first one was to plan a landing page. So here on the code, I just asked it to save on the disk inside inside this file the output of this first task, which is, remember, a research on the internet on the AI topic. And then it's saved here. So this thing here just came from an LLM. And then this is passed as context to the next task, the next step, inside a bigger prompt. That's what my framework is doing, just getting output from one and adding back to another call. Cool. And then
Nick,
the next,
just a quick question on some of the basics. How did you define the framework? Did you work with engineers or you just came up yourself?
okay, this framework is Creo AI. It's an open source one that anyone can use right now. And this is just a way to write this task and agents, etc., in code format. But we can there are products and tools that are built on top of this already that allow us to do it in a more easy way, right?
Yeah, and
Cool.
then did you had like the technical background to know which framework to use and how to use it, or you learn it on the job? Or Nancy teaches you?
No. Yeah, actually, in the last 3 years, I've been experimenting with all these tools. So we had in the beginning AutoGen, we have Llama Index, we have Creo AI, we have many frameworks. And what I do every day, last 2-3 years, is to experiment with everything that's new. And I found out, okay, what is the biggest, the Pareto rule, like the 20-80, that allows us to have more flexibility and achieve the best results. So let's jump straight to the final result, which is just a HTML file. So this is what the final result was. So the AI wrote this big HTML text, which is still text. But when we try to see this as if it were a page on the browser or something, then we see the actual result. So this is what it's created right now. But I ran the exactly same pipeline 4, 5, 6 times, and every time I ran it, it created a completely different result, which is part of the power, but also the weaknesses of agents. So what makes them smart is that they can think and change all the time what they're doing, thinking differently. What is difficult for them is to be repetitive, to provide the same. So here we see the first trade-off on agents. So if we want them to be generic, we tend to be very generic in the description of their goals, who they are, and then they will be more robust to behave in different circumstances as they find different errors and problems. But the quality is not that good because you didn't taught them how to be a great designer. You didn't taught them how are the best practice, how to improve. So this is a simple output, but remember here I just did a demo that ran in 2 minutes. Cool. So yeah, I would like to answer some questions on this. If we have,
Why don't we finish the talk first, then
Yeah.
we'll go through the
Cool.
quick Q&A.
Yeah. So okay. So that was example. So what are key takeaways? I thought I spoke about some of them already, but as you can see, it's not a silver bullet. It's not a silver bullet. We still have to think deeply. What are the tools that I need the agents to do? What agents I need to achieve the result I want? We need to think clearly about what is the context of the problem I'm trying to solve. So if it is something repeatable, if we need high accuracy and to get to the best result all the time, agents are probably not that good. But if we want to um, to work with languages, so in this example HTML, I know nothing about HTML, and I used agents to create a landing page. So with that, so this is where agents are really useful as well. Cool. So let's jump straight to the takeaways. People currently expect superhuman quality, so the hype is really high. Remember, agents and LLMs, they are average machines. They learned how to answer the average answer a human would answer. To get to the very best results, you have to have all this work to think about the agents, the tools they're going to use, the process, the pipelines. So I believe there is still a ton of work for project managers and product managers. There's a trade-off between the breadth, how generic they are, and the quality. So if you want more quality, you need to give more instructions, and then they get worse in reacting to previously unknown challenges. For tasks that human perform under 4 minutes, agent achieve very high success rate. But as you want them to work on tasks that it will take 4 hours or more, the quality the drops a lot. Don't forget to exponentiate all the technology that came before, so using agents. And this reliability, we have a difficulty with the consistency. So if we change a little bit the circumstances or just rerun the same pipeline, they achieve different results, which could be good depending on our application, or prohibitive. They have some difficulty to plan to have a long-term planning and follow memories. So this is currently a difficulty, but science and technology is evolving very fast on this front. And the error propagation is also a big factor here. So if it starts poorly the beginning of thinking process, it may get lost along the way. So right now, I recommend organizations, people focus on building a solid AI-friendly data foundation. So having an advanced RAG, putting in place enterprise semantic search tools and APIs that will allow the agents to interact with your data. And another key thing here is that we see a lot of people think about agents only as chatbots and assistants and things that will just answer like a human. But what is really amazing about them is that they speak many languages, not just English, Portuguese, French. They speak also Markdown, HTML, Python, Mermaid, which is a language to draw diagrams. And that's where we get really interesting results right now. And remember, I said, and I repeat, they are average machines. So they try to do what is expected from them. So to get to this top quality, there's still a ton of work that needs to be done on top of this. And that's where most organizations get stuck. So the expectations versus the reality mismatch so much that they may start a project and then don't follow through until the real results start coming. Oops, this is not my slide. Now, yeah, back to you guys. I hope that was useful.
Yeah, I will continue into the Crew AI. Lots of people ask what kind of framework we use. And Shivi, can you share my screen? Let me quickly share with them. So the tool and the framework that Nicholas used is called Crew AI, and we actually investigate many different existing AI agent platform out there. This is the best one. It's also the industry leading one. Everyone can just go get started and check it out. People also ask question, should we ask question, Nicholas, we did learn everything. So Nicholas is actually someone practical, hands-on experience using those AI tools and in his job every single day. That's why he's also the guest speaker inside the Product Manager Accelerator, the AI PM Bootcamp. Give people the hands-on experience regarding how in real life those different tools is used. So we really appreciate and his help, which also leading to our AI PM Bootcamp cohort number 4 is starting in mid of April, and right now we're getting started with the recruiting season. AI PM Bootcamp itself is matching you with a team of software developer, data scientists, and designers to create a real-life AI product. We already created 23 different type of real-life AI product, which currently being used by end users right now. So if you're interested in like building real life AI product with different kind of like hands-on guidance, feel free to check it out. The way for you guys really enroll and actually and by join the free AI PM workshop next week or coming 3 weeks. We're only those workshops only available for like 2 weeks every season, every quarter, so that we only have limited time for people to enroll and also learn about how to build hands-on real life AI product with team of software developers and data scientists and designers all together, so you can create your own AI product and also gain those hands-on experience, become AI PM. And also quick shout out, and actually we also offer free AI product management bootcamp for teenager kids from underserved communities this summer. If your kids or your friends' kids and coming from underserved communities in the US, feel free to contact my team, Karen and PMaccelerator.io, and we are giving free AI PM bootcamp this summer because we want to make the AI education available for everybody who is not able to afford it. Now, I think this is everything we have prepared today. Shivi, and feel free to take from here and we can answer more questions.
All right. Thank you, Nancy and Nick. I'm just going to put up the QR code here as well for folks who wanted to scan to learn more and get more deep dive and resources into this free AI PM workshop. And thank you, Nancy. And I'm actually going to remove the screen share to show more of the screen so that people can learn more about the resources.
Yeah, we forgot everyone who is Shivi's audience, you're getting $700 discount if you decide to join up for the AI PM bootcamp, or you can get for free if your kids belong to the underserved communities. And our goal is really make AI product management education available for everybody. Cool. So let's take some Q&A. Shivi, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, sounds good. I think we have a couple questions. I think the first one is just like, let's say if you're a non-technical audience or you're not as lucky as Nick, who's been like spending a lot of times playing with the tools in this past, few years, how do you stay up to date? Is it the best way to join this workshop, the bootcamp, or what else can people do to learn more about multi-agent and agentic workflow, especially coming from someone who might not be as technical?
I like to, so the noise today is so high, so I like to find people I know they know what they're doing and follow them. Though they are so Matthew Burnham is a great person. He has a good updated channel all the time, and I tried as much as possible to drink from all sources. So if we go to Medium, I go to Medium to get very new tests and people testing things, but the noise is very high. So I go to articles for some more reviewed information, and then we have courses like the Dr. Nancy's, which are really good into getting the consolidated knowledge and getting your hands-on. And before that, books. So I tried to find to drink from all levels, all sources, 30 minutes a day, a little bit, and that's really helpful to separate the noise versus what sticks.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think there are quite a few questions actually all related to basically the idea of, one second, the idea of if we can automate the entire workflow, how do we make sure there's like guardrails and check and balances in between to make sure that the data goes in is correct, the agent is handling things well, and then facing all this, some of these challenges? How should one think about sort of like the step-by-step approach? Because I know that so this user was asking about automating entire workflow. Tony is asking specifically about what data that goes in, because a lot of these workflow is garbage in, garbage out, right? So how do you control the data? And then like when should we be using agent? Like when does it mature enough to say, okay, it can handle the entire workflow? So I know I throw you a lot of questions, but I think they're all around the same round of if we were, because there are a lot of talk about agentic workforces, which is basically using agent to automate different job functions and the orchestration across different work. Like if human is going to be an AI agent orchestrator, how do we know to check what part of the workflow is working, not working, what data goes in, and etc.? Can you talk a little bit more about that? Maybe just hypothetically speaking, or realistically today, how do you do evaluation against and improve the observability of each agent and how well they're perform what they're supposed to perform?
Yeah, these are good questions. So first of all, I wouldn't say they're not ready. They're definitely ready and in production, and you can extract a ton of value from agents. You just need to understand that depending on the challenge you are solving, they are not adequate. For example, when you cannot afford having any when you cannot afford any hallucinations, so critical operations, you probably should be using traditional software. If you can afford some level of errors, and what is important, who is the user? So does the user have enough knowledge to identify the problems and know, well, that time the AI just spit BS, I just need to rerun it and it will come better. So what's the level of literacy of your end user? This is really important. And the AI is not that good into coming up with the best answers directly, but it is very good at self-validating it. So on each step along the way, you can add additional agents to validate the intermediate steps all the time. When, for example, in this example we saw, it was writing a code. So because it was a simple HTML, I added one task in the end to fix bugs, because I notice most of the time, frequently, the final HTML was broken and it was not working. So I got the AI to do one last step, which is to review the code and fix bugs. Does it solve forever? No, it still breaks from time to time. So what I could do is to apply this code to a tool that validates the syntax. And then that's the interface between traditional software building and the agents. So we should use a lot of traditional software for validating and testing these intermediary results. That's much more trustworthy.
All right. I think we are almost also coming up on time. Any last parting advice from both Nick and Nancy for our audience?
Well, I'd like to close by telling, today I'm not representing Save the Children, but I work right now on Save the Children International, which is an NGO that delivers impact, accelerates impact for children in 50 plus countries. And as many people saw recently, funding for humanitarian actions is getting more restricted, and the crisis, and we have the ceasefire stopping again in the Middle East. So yeah, the challenges are bigger than ever, and everyone is working hard to improve the quality, and we are leveraging AI to help improve the quality of the programs, validation, governance. So if you guys are interested in knowing more about AI for good, please follow Join's newsletters, search your Save the Children on your country, and this is something that is motivating me a lot to see all this technology being leveraged for good. And I would like to invite more of you to learn more about this. So, thank you.
Cool. Let me add something final closing thought. Everybody is getting in the space of AI right now. I believe AI is the future. AI in sometime like 5 years, even 3 years, 2 years down the road, AI like will become another AWS or something. It's one of you have 5 different kind of API integration with Google Maps, with AWS at different places. One of this should be the AI APIs that somebody's going to be using. So therefore, I suggest everybody, if you want to start your AI PM career or start getting the trend of AI, you need to use it every single day. Not just use it for your day-to-day ChatGPT and more advanced application. For example, did you build your own the GPT on ChatGPT today? Everyone can build it. You can do it for free. And in addition, hands-on experience is the number one most important thing for you, for everybody to prove that you're capable of leading the AI initiative within your own organization, especially if you want to go for those kind of leadership positions, showing other people you have the thought process. So therefore, talking about it is just entry level. Everyone is just talking and watching videos today. I want everybody to start gaining hands-on experience using this, even using no-code tools or other like Crew AI, the ones we share with you today, start gaining hands-on experience. Of course, if you want to build with a team of software developer, create your real-life AI product, you're welcome to check out our AI PM Bootcamp. But regardless, like gaining hands-on experience is number one way for everyone to really get into the ride of the AI era.
That's awesome. Thank you so much today. And for folks who are joining, if you want to receive key recaps of today's session, we will be sending them out next Wednesday in the newsletter. You can subscribe to the link below. And thank you again for Nancy and Nicholas and many of the folks who are joining us from around the world. It's Friday night, so I appreciate the dedication for learning more about AI.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Awesome.
you.